I made a commitment during my campaign that we would make Pennsylvania an automatic voter registration state, and I delivered on that commitment. By doing so, we're taking nearly 2 million Pennsylvanians who are eligible voters but aren't registered and giving them the opportunity to register securely through the DMV. Here's my view. No matter who you vote for or what your political persuasion is, a healthy democracy depends on great voter participation. And in this case, we can now improve voter participation through a common sense, streamlined approach of automatic voter registration here in Pennsylvania.
How do you see it making it easier for people to vote? Do you believe that it will cause people to vote who might not otherwise have been able to participate in the process?
I think it will. It's going to make it easier for people to participate in the process. We streamlined the process, and we used the secure platform at the DMV in order to make sure that there's integrity in the system. Now, when you go to get your driver's license or renew your driver's license, you're going to automatically be registered to vote, unless, of course, you choose to opt out. And our experts here in Pennsylvania believe that that's going to result in tens of thousands of Pennsylvanians registering to vote in just the first year of the initiative alone. That's good for our democracy. It's healthy. And while those tens of thousands of people won't all agree, that's fine. The key is getting them to participate in the process.
How does the right to vote in Pennsylvania affect the rest of the nation?
Well, look, they say as Pennsylvania goes, so goes the nation. We're sort of the ultimate swing state when it comes to presidential elections. And so I think it's important that all of our eligible voices be heard. That's going to give you a better sense of where Pennsylvania is and ensure that the will of the people is ultimately carried forth.
Republicans across the nation have been advancing new restrictions to make it harder to vote, and they've been doing this in the name of targeting voter fraud, even though voter fraud is rare enough to be almost non-existent. What impact would this policy have on the security of the vote in Pennsylvania?
Well, while there's some governors across this country, particularly Republican governors, who are making harder for people to vote, here in Pennsylvania, we want to make sure it's easier for eligible voters to vote, to be able to get them registered through our new automatic voter registration initiative and make sure that they can participate in our democracy. Look, Pennsylvania is the birthplace of our democracy. I think we have a special responsibility to protect it, and one of the best ways to protect it is to ensure citizen participation. To those who think that it's better to restrict voters, to those who think it's better to roll back the progress that we've made over the last decades, I say we've got a different formula here in Pennsylvania. People put me in this office to protect our democracy, to protect the will of the people, and to ensure the right to vote. And that's exactly what I'm doing as your governor.
When states make it harder for people to vote, does this tend to disproportionately impact certain segments of the population?
Well, look, I think anytime you make it harder for people to vote, you threaten our democracy. You take away people's fundamental rights, their constitutional rights, their freedoms. I'm in the business of making sure that we protect real freedom for all Pennsylvanians, regardless of your political views or your ideology. That's how you have a stronger democracy.
Do you foresee obstacles to getting this new plan into place?
I do not. I have the authority to do this as governor through our Secretary of State and through our PennDOT secretary. That's the secretary who oversees our DMVs, and we have initiated it here in the Commonwealth.
Multiple other states have enacted automatic voter registration. Have they had problems as a result?
No, if anything, they've seen increased voter participation. And we know that the manner in which we're doing it through our DMVs is safe and secure and open to eligible voters who are right now not registered. Most of our neighbors around Pennsylvania, with the exception of Ohio, have automatic voter registration. It works well in their respective states.